she's been a little joy of heaven. But no, it's fantastic having a lovely little family, and I'm so thrilled. And Catherine has been doing an amazing job as a mother, and I'm very proud of her.
In a moment that had royal watchers laughing out loud, Princess Charlotte, the sharp-witted and quick-thinking young royal, made a bold move that left Queen Camilla's daughter speechless. It was a scene that could only happen in the royal family, a scene where a simple gate became the setting for one of the most unexpected royal showdowns. What exactly happened, and why did Princess Charlotte block her stepsister at the gate? It all started during a family gathering at the palace. Queen Camilla's daughter, who has always been eager to prove herself, tried to make a dramatic entrance, one that was supposed to highlight her new role in the royal family. But little did she know, Princess Charlotte had other plans. In a hilarious twist, Charlotte, who has always been known for her playful nature, took one look at the situation and decided to turn the tables on her stepsister. The young royal stood confidently at the entrance, blocking the gate with a mischievous grin on her face. Her timing was perfect, and her reaction was priceless. Charlotte didn't just block her stepsister. She made it clear that she was in charge, sending a message that even the grown-ups couldn't ignore. The tension was palpable, but Charlotte's bold and funny reaction stole the show. As Queen Camilla's daughter tried to make her way through, Charlotte stood firm. There was no way she was letting anyone, even a royal, get past her without a little fun. And the best part? The entire royal household was left in stitches as Charlotte's witty comments made the situation even more entertaining. No one expected the youngest royal to steal the spotlight in such a memorable way. So, what happens next? How did Queen Camilla's daughter react to the hilarious block at the gate? You're about to find out. This royal moment is one you'll be talking about for years. The gatekeeper of the palace, Princess Charlotte, though young, has always been known for her cleverness and confidence. But this time, she took things to a whole new level. As Queen Camilla's daughter approached the palace gate with her usual air of royalty, Charlotte's quick thinking put a halt to her entrance. With a sly smile, she stood her ground, not allowing anyone through, least of all her stepsister. The moment Charlotte decided to block the gate wasn't just about a playful game. It was a royal statement, one that sent a clear message about her personality and her place within the family. Charlotte is known for her wit and fearless attitude, and this unexpected move was no different. She wasn't going to let anyone push her around, even if they were royalty. She wanted to assert herself, and she did it in the most charmingly hilarious way. What made the situation even funnier was the reaction of Queen Camilla's daughter. Known for her serious demeanor and ambition, she was left completely flustered by Charlotte's impromptu blockade. The scene turned from tense to comical, as Queen Camilla's daughter tried and failed to get through the gate. Meanwhile, Princess Charlotte stood her ground, cracking jokes and making witty remarks that left the entire palace laughing. In a way, this moment marked a turning point for Charlotte. She wasn't just the little princess following the rules. She was asserting her own authority and having fun while doing it. Her playful spirit is part of what makes her such a beloved figure within the royal family. And this hilarious gate moment only added to her growing charm. But the real question is, how did the rest of the royal family respond? And what happened when Queen Camilla found out about Charlotte's antics? The aftermath of this funny royal standoff is just as entertaining. Queen Camilla's daughter versus Princess Charlotte, a showdown like no other. It was the showdown of the century, Princess Charlotte versus Queen Camilla's daughter. And this time, there were no royal rules. Charlotte, with her characteristic charm and wit, put her stepsister in her place in the most unexpected way, by blocking her at the palace gate. It's a moment that royal watchers will never forget, and it's one that has sparked countless conversations about the future of the royal family. When Queen Camilla's daughter arrived at the gate, she wasn't expecting resistance from a child. After all, she's been brought up with all the privileges of royalty and expected to be the center of attention. But Princess Charlotte wasn't about to let her stepsister waltz in without a little fun. The princess, with her cheeky grin, blocked the gate with an air of confidence that surprised everyone in the palace. The standoff wasn't just about a gate, it was a clash of personalities. On one side, you had Queen Camilla's daughter, who has spent years fighting for her place in the royal family. On the other, you had Charlotte, who's always known how to make people laugh while making her point. The two royals couldn't have been more different, and the moment they clashed was nothing short of hilarious. The funniest part of this royal altercation wasn't just Charlotte's playful blocking of the gate, it was the way Queen Camilla's daughter reacted. Completely caught off guard, she was left fumbling for words as Charlotte cracked jokes about the whole situation. Her playful attitude turned what could have been an awkward standoff into a moment of pure comedy. This royal showdown didn't end with Charlotte backing down. In fact, it ended with a burst of laughter from the entire royal family. How did Queen Camilla handle the situation? And what did Charlotte say next that left everyone in stitches? The aftermath of this funny royal moment is just as outrageous. What happened after Charlotte blocked the gate? After Princess Charlotte's hilarious blockade at the royal gate, the palace was left in chaos, but in the best way possible. Everyone from the royal staff to the family members couldn't stop laughing at the young princess's clever move. Queen Camilla's daughter, who was initially flustered by Charlotte's antics, quickly realized she had been outsmarted by the youngest member of the family. The aftermath of this royal moment wasn't about anger or punishment. It was about laughter and amusement. When Queen Camilla learned of Charlotte's cheeky actions, she couldn't help but chuckle. After all, Charlotte's boldness was just another reminder of the young princess's natural charisma. Rather than scolding her, Queen Camilla decided to join in on the fun, laughing with the rest of the family about the gate incident. What was truly hilarious, however, was the way Charlotte reacted afterward. Instead of boasting about her clever move, she simply shrugged and said, "Well, someone had to teach her a lesson." Her confidence and sharp wit only made the situation more entertaining, as the family couldn't stop marveling at how the young princess had handled herself. The rest of the day was filled with laughter, with Charlotte becoming the talk of the palace. Even Prince William and Kate Middleton had to admit that their daughter's playful spirit was a much-needed break from the usual royal formalities. This moment of levity proved that sometimes the royal family can have fun too, and it's moments like these that make Charlotte such a standout figure within the monarchy. In the end, Charlotte's hilarious reaction not only brought the royal family closer together, but also showed the world that the monarchy still knows how to laugh. What happened next, though, may surprise you, because Charlotte wasn't done making her mark on the royal scene just yet. The Royal Gatekeeper, Princess Charlotte's new role. After her hilarious moment at the gate, Princess Charlotte found herself in a new, unexpected role within the royal family, the unofficial gatekeeper of the palace. Her confidence and quick wit had earned her a place in the spotlight, and she wasn't about to let that fade away. Princess Charlotte had proven that she could hold her own against the royal family's most seasoned members, and now she was taking full advantage of her newfound role. In a playful twist, Charlotte began taking her position as gatekeeper seriously. She jokingly started inspecting every royal visitor, asking for royal credentials before allowing them entry. The reactions from the royal staff were priceless, as they tried to play along with Charlotte's new game. For the first time, Charlotte wasn't just the cute little princess, she was the one calling the shots, even if it was all in good fun. As the family prepared for more royal events, Charlotte's new role became a running joke throughout the palace. But behind the laughter, there was a deeper message. Charlotte was no longer just a bystander in the royal family. She was taking control of her destiny and asserting herself in a way that was both funny and powerful. Princess Charlotte's playful attitude and natural leadership skills continued to win over those around her. What started as a hilarious incident at the gate had turned into a defining moment for the young princess, showing that she wasn't afraid to stand her ground, even if it meant blocking someone at the gate. It's clear that Princess Charlotte is destined for greatness, and her royal adventures are just beginning. The Queen Consort's struggle to keep control. Queen Camilla's reaction to Princess Charlotte blocking her daughter at the gate was one for the books. Known for her poised and measured demeanor, Camilla found herself in a rare moment of fluster. It wasn't just that her daughter had been publicly humiliated by Charlotte's playful antics. It was the fact that, for once, Camilla couldn't control the situation. How did she react to being outsmarted by the youngest member of the royal family? Rather than scolding Charlotte, Queen Camilla tried to maintain her composure, but it was clear she was rattled. Camilla had spent years navigating the complexities of royal life, carefully managing her image and position within the family. Have her daughter publicly blocked by Charlotte, who was simply having fun, was an unexpected twist in her carefully crafted royal routine. What was even more shocking was Camilla's reaction afterward. She couldn't stop laughing. As the tension eased, She admitted that Charlotte had gotten the better of her daughter, and even Camilla couldn't deny the humor in it. Despite the laughter, Camilla couldn't help but wonder if this moment was a sign of things to come. Would Princess Charlotte, with her bold and fearless attitude, continue to challenge the royal norms and make waves within the family? Camilla, who had worked hard to secure her position, realized that her stepchildren were not afraid to express themselves. Charlotte's clever move had forced her to rethink her own approach to the monarchy, especially when it came to her relationship with the younger royals. As the family continued with their royal duties, Charlotte's antics didn't go unnoticed. Camilla, who had always tried to stay above the fray, now found herself in the middle of a royal power struggle, one that had started with a simple, hilarious gate incident. Would this mark the beginning of a new era for the royal family, where the younger generation, led by Charlotte, would make their presence felt? Only time would tell. But one thing was for sure. Princess Charlotte had made an unforgettable impact. The young princess steals the spotlight. Following her gate incident, Princess Charlotte experienced a surge in popularity like never before. What started as a playful royal moment quickly turned into a media frenzy, with fans and journalists alike sharing videos and stories of the young princess's hilarious reaction. Charlotte's wit, confidence, and natural charm had won over the public, and she was quickly becoming one of the most beloved members of the royal family. The media couldn't get enough of Charlotte's antics. Headlines proclaimed her as the funniest royal and the future of the monarchy, praising her ability to challenge the old guard while bringing a fresh energy to the royal scene. It wasn't just her humor that captured the hearts of the public. It was her authenticity. Charlotte wasn't trying to conform to royal expectations. She was simply being herself, and that resonated with people across the globe. What made Charlotte's popularity even more significant was how it contrasted with the more traditional members of the royal family. While Queen Camilla and other senior royals were focused on upholding centuries-old traditions, Charlotte was showing a new side of the monarchy, one that was approachable, relatable, and capable of having fun. Her playful blockade at the gate wasn't just a funny moment. It was a statement that the future of the royal family didn't have to be stuffy or overly serious. As her popularity grew, Charlotte began to take on more public engagements, and with each appearance, she stole the show. Her witty remarks, her fearless nature, and her ability to make everyone laugh made her a media darling. It wasn't long before royal insiders were predicting that Charlotte would soon become the face of the monarchy's modernization, a figure who would lead the family into the future with both grace and humor. The royal family, once seen as a symbol of tradition and formality, was evolving, and Princess Charlotte was at the heart of that transformation. Her hilarious and bold antics at the gate had done more than just provide entertainment. It had cemented her place as a future royal leader in the eyes of the public. Could Charlotte's rise signal a new era for the British monarchy? Only time would tell. But she was certainly on the path to becoming one of the most influential royals of her generation. How the family reacted to Charlotte's gate blockade. After Princess Charlotte's hilarious standoff at the royal gate, the royal family was forced to respond in ways they never had before. The incident, which initially seemed like a lighthearted moment, quickly became a talking point among royal insiders. Some were amused, others were concerned, but one thing was clear. Charlotte's bold actions had left an impression. How did the family handle this unexpected moment of rebellion? King Charles, ever the diplomat, was quick to downplay the incident, calling it a bit of fun. He praised Charlotte for her spirit and confidence, which he believed were qualities that would serve her well as she grew older. However, behind closed doors, some family members were less amused. Prince William, known for his traditional views on royal conduct, was reportedly less than thrilled by Charlotte's impromptu behavior. He worried that the young princess's antics could undermine the royal family's carefully curated image. Kate Middleton, on the other hand, reportedly found the situation amusing. She's always encouraged her children to express themselves, and Charlotte's playful moment was seen as an example of her strong personality. Kate, who has always been a calming force within the family, was said to have found humor in the situation, though she did remind Charlotte to be mindful of the family's public image in the future. It seemed that, for now, Charlotte's behavior was being brushed off as just a phase. A funny one, but a phase nonetheless. As for Queen Camilla, Her reaction was a mix of surprise and humor. She had never expected to see her daughter, Queen Consort of England, upstaged by a little girl at the palace gate. While she was momentarily taken aback, Camilla quickly realized that Charlotte's actions had brought a light-hearted energy to the family. Camilla's decision to laugh it off, rather than reprimand her stepdaughter, seemed to signal a shift in the royal family's approach to modernity. The days of stiff, formal behavior were slowly giving way to a new royal attitude, one that embraced the quirky and unpredictable. The royal family may have been divided in their reactions to Charlotte's gate blockade, but the public's response was unanimous. They loved it. Charlotte's boldness had captured the hearts of millions, and even those who initially disapproved of her actions couldn't deny the charm and wit she displayed. As the royal family adjusted to this new dynamic, it became clear that Princess Charlotte was a force to be reckoned with. Queen Camilla, trying to regain control after the gate incident. Queen Camilla, always one to navigate royal drama with grace, now found herself at the center of a new, unexpected storm. After Princess Charlotte's hilarious blockade at the gate, Camilla had to quickly reassess her relationship with the younger royal. For someone who had worked for years to solidify her role in the royal family, being outsmarted by a child was not an easy pill to swallow. How did Camilla regain control of the situation? At first, Camilla attempted to downplay the incident, calling it a harmless joke and insisting that Charlotte's behavior was just a sign of her youthful energy. But behind the scenes, reports suggest that Camilla was less than pleased with how things unfolded. As a woman who had spent decades trying to secure her position within the royal family, she was used to being the one in control. Charlotte's playful stunt at the gate made it clear that, in this instance, she wasn't the one calling the shots. In an attempt to regain control, Camilla reportedly started taking a more hands-on approach to her relationship with Charlotte. She began arranging one-on-one meetings with the young princess, trying to guide her and impart some royal wisdom. But Charlotte, ever the independent spirit, wasn't easily swayed. In fact, she continued to display her natural leadership abilities, using her quick wit and sharp humor to keep Camilla on her toes. Despite the tension, Camilla couldn't help but admire Charlotte's courage. The young princess had proven that she wasn't afraid to assert herself, even in the presence of her elders. In many ways, Camilla realized that Charlotte's boldness could be a strength, not a weakness. It was clear that the young princess was already carving out her own path within the royal family, and Camilla would have to find a way to navigate this new royal dynamic. As the royal family moved forward, one thing was certain. Princess Charlotte wasn't just a cute, playful child. She was a future leader with a sense of humor and a fierce independence that would define her reign. And for Queen Camilla, this was only the beginning of learning how to coexist with the rising star of the royal family, losing control of the royal spotlight. For Queen Camilla, the rise of Princess Charlotte was both amusing and frustrating. As much as she tried to downplay it, she couldn't deny the impact the young princess was having on the royal family. Camilla had spent decades working her way into the royal spotlight, but now, the youngest royal was effortlessly stealing her thunder with a simple act of playful rebellion. Camilla, who had been so careful in her efforts to rehabilitate her image, found herself constantly trying to regain control of the royal narrative. But every time she turned around, Charlotte was there, witty, confident, and ready to upstage even the most seasoned royal. The press couldn't get enough of Charlotte's antics, and Camilla found herself relegated to the background while her stepdaughter basked in the media's spotlight. At family events, Camilla tried to maintain her composure, but her frustration was apparent. The media's love affair with Charlotte made it difficult for Camilla to keep her role as queen consort in the public's eye. Despite her years of work to secure her place in the monarchy, Charlotte's natural charisma was winning over the public in ways Camilla could only dream of. But rather than retreating in anger, Camilla found herself in a unique position. She had to adapt. If she couldn't stop Charlotte from stealing the show, perhaps it was time to learn how to work alongside her. The challenge now was not just how to handle her role, but how to coexist with a young royal whose rise was almost too spectacular to ignore. Would Camilla be able to share the spotlight with Charlotte, or was the monarchy's hierarchy about to change in ways no one expected? The Queen's cunning plan. Will Camilla strike back? Determined not to be overshadowed by Charlotte, Queen Camilla devised a cunning plan to reclaim the royal spotlight. Known for her shrewd thinking, Camilla wasn't one to back down easily. She saw Charlotte's rise as both an opportunity and a challenge, one that could help modernize the monarchy, but also one that she needed to control. Camilla's strategy was simple. She decided to showcase her own sense of humor and charisma, stepping up her public engagements to demonstrate that she, too, could be playful and relatable. At a high-profile royal event, Camilla deliberately made light of her role as queen consort, cracking jokes and engaging with the press in a more relaxed manner. Her goal was clear. Camilla wanted to prove that she could be just as entertaining as Charlotte, but with a more seasoned royal touch. However, Charlotte's reaction to Camilla's efforts was nothing short of hilarious. When asked about her stepmother's new fun approach to royal duties, Charlotte quipped, "I guess she's trying to keep up with the cool kids." The comment, delivered with her usual charm and wit, sent the press into a frenzy and only solidified Charlotte's reputation as the royal family's funniest and most charismatic member. Despite Camilla's attempts to regain the spotlight, Charlotte's popularity continued to soar. The press, ever eager for a fresh angle, couldn't resist the dynamic between the two women. Camilla's attempts to modernize her image were seen as a direct response to Charlotte's natural ability to command attention without even trying. The clash between the two royals was becoming more entertaining than anyone could have predicted. But was Camilla's plan working? Or was Charlotte still the one who had the royal family and the media wrapped around her finger? The answer would soon become clear as the battle for the royal spotlight continued to unfold. A royal showdown. The hilarious battle for the spotlight. As the battle for royal supremacy continued, Princess Charlotte and Queen Camilla found themselves at the heart of a hilarious showdown. Camilla, who had long been a fixture of royal tradition, now had to contend with the young princess who was quickly becoming the face of modern royalty. It wasn't just about who could make the best public appearances. It was a competition for the very heart of the monarchy. At a royal gala, the tension between Charlotte and Camilla reached its peak. Charlotte, always the master of timing, decided to have a little fun by publicly complimenting Camilla's new approach, only to follow it up with a cheeky remark about how royal duties sure do get more interesting when you don't take yourself too seriously. The room erupted in laughter, but it was clear that Charlotte had once again stolen the show. Camilla, undeterred, responded in kind, joking that she might need to take some royal lessons from her young stepdaughter. While the comment was lighthearted, it revealed the growing respect Camilla had for Charlotte's ability to command attention. Despite their playful rivalry, it was clear that Camilla was starting to embrace the idea of sharing the spotlight, just not without a little royal sass. The press, of course, had a field day with the whole exchange, calling it the most entertaining royal moment of the year. The ongoing clash between Charlotte and Camilla was now a headline act, with the public eagerly awaiting the next chapter in their royal antics. Who would come out on top in this hilarious royal showdown? The answer wasn't clear yet, but one thing was certain. The future of the monarchy was looking a lot more fun than anyone had imagined. Charlotte and Camilla's new dynamic. As the public eagerly followed the hilarious rivalry between Princess Charlotte and Queen Camilla, something unexpected happened. Both royals began to work together in a way that hadn't been seen before. What started as a light-hearted moment at the gate turned into a partnership that blended both tradition and modernity. The royal family, for all its formalities and protocols, was beginning to change, thanks to the unique dynamic between Camilla and Charlotte. Charlotte's natural charisma and humor began to rub off on Camilla, who started to embrace a more relatable approach to her royal duties. The two royals, once seen as rivals, began to join forces, appearing at events together and demonstrating that the monarchy could be both dignified and down-to-earth. The public was thrilled by their newfound bond, with many commenting on how refreshing it was to see such a strong, fun connection between the queen consort and the young princess. For Charlotte, this wasn't just about fun and games. It was about finding her place within the royal family and making a lasting impact. Her playful antics had brought her into the spotlight, but now she was emerging as a leader in her own right. For Camilla, the experience taught her the importance of adapting to the times and she quickly realized that Charlotte's influence was more than just amusing. It was vital for the monarchy's future. Together, Charlotte and Camilla represented the old and the new. Two generations of royal women who, despite their differences, found common ground. The monarchy, once seen as an institution bound by tradition, was now evolving into something much more relatable and engaging. And at the center of this transformation were Princess Charlotte and Queen Camilla, proving that sometimes the most unexpected moments can lead to the most profound changes. As Princess Charlotte and Queen Camilla continue to shape the future of the royal family, we can only wonder what's next for this hilarious and dynamic duo. Will their rivalry continue, or have they found a way to work together to redefine the monarchy? One thing's for sure, the royal family has never been more entertaining. What do you think about Charlotte's playful antics and her growing influence within the royal family? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more royal drama. If you're hungry for more juicy royal stories, click on the next video to keep up with the latest updates.